morning, everyone, and welcome to Wake Up Legendary. My name is Joanne. I'm the Director of Marketing and Life Training here with the Legendary Marketer. And I have the pleasure of hosting today, which I'm super pumped about. And I was just spying a little bit on our guest content and social media and all that for a minute. And man, are you guys in for a treat today. Before I bring her on, a few housekeeping items as always. If you are interested in getting a text notification every time we go live here, Monday through Friday, just text the letters WUL to 813-296-8553. What that does is it adds you to our text message list. And just a few minutes into our live, it just hit my phone. I can see the notification. You will get a text message with a direct link to join us right here on Facebook. Of course, if you catch the replays, which I know many of you do, you can watch the replay right here on our Facebook business page. You can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We redistribute it all over the place. So wherever you like to watch and listen and learn, we got it for you. It's readily available, which is awesome. If you are living under a rock, just kidding. If you haven't heard, we have a brand new 5-day challenge. Learn, launch, lead challenge.com is where you will go and check that out. $5, $1 a day. It is basically Dave's best work ever. All of his knowledge, and it's going to be hard to find anybody with the level of his experience poured into this challenge, and it's a freaking steal at $5 with what we have included in there, the bonuses, everything. Go through it. It's a great way to restart again. If you need a new day one, you need to get refired up, check it out. Or you just want that nice appetizer, like what in the world is all of this, without buying this and that, and you see all these different people online, you want to go after, just see what it is, check it out. This allows you to do that and really evaluate for yourself and see how you feel about it. And it's only $5, which is pretty cool. All right, I see the comments rolling in. Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Rodney. I always love it when I see the Rodney and Amy here. Good morning, Dolly, Alan, Melissa, a regular. I love it. Good morning, all. So today we have an amazing guest. Her name is Rachael, and please help me welcome Rachael to the show. Good morning, Rachael.
Good morning, Joanne. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, our pleasure. Thanks for coming on. I was excited just to meet you and hear more, you share your story with everyone. In our title, I see, city employee. Are you still working that job?
I am.
Okay.
I'm actually sitting in my office right now. I'm a hybrid employee, so I do get the benefit of working from home a few days a week. One of the good things that came out of COVID.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I love that. And so you are what a lot of our students are, and that's a good thing, is you're still have a 9-to-5 job and you're building something alongside it in those extra little pockets of time. And I think a lot of people think it's just not possible. It's going to be too much work. Too much work. And it's like, it doesn't feel like work. At least it doesn't for me. Does it feel like work for you?
No, it definitely doesn't feel like work. What feels like work is my job. No, I'm actually very appreciative of my job. I think this is something, I think it's one of those stigmas out there. People are like, oh, jobs suck and get rid of your job and who needs a job? And I think one of the biggest messages I want to tell people is that there's nothing wrong with a job. A job can support and provide for your family. A job can provide a lot of stability. My job provides me healthcare. I think that's a huge benefit people overlook, because if you don't have a job, you have to pay for that out of pocket.
Mhm.
So, my biggest message is, have your job, use your job. It's a tool. I think it's one of the best tools out there. Actually, you can use it as a tool to build your wealth. Um, use the hours between 9 to 5 to pay your overhead expenses for your household, and then use the hours between 6 and 10 to build your wealth. That's the way I look at it. And I look forward to those hours between 6 and 10 because you feel like you're working on something for yourself, rather than just going in and completing your tasks. That can be really robotic. And the
Mhm.
way I see it is building a business for yourself is really just it's for yourself. So there's a lot more gratitude out of it.
Yeah, what I love about this, and I tell me if you agree, and I hope it helps hit home with everyone that's watching and listening right now, is when you're building something on your own that you're passionate about, when you start to dream about what's possible, when you start to just kind of invest in yourself, your self-worth, your confidence, and adding multiple streams of income, maybe, and all of that, the job isn't as hard. It's not seen as
Mhm.
such a weight because you have an option. You're
Mhm.
creating an environment in your life of options. And man, is it easier to go to a job when you can go, I'm choosing to attend this job and be there every day. I'm taking from it health insurance, another income, whatever it may be. And I have a choice to leave it as well.
Mhm.
I don't have to worry if I get let go next week because
Mhm.
I built other avenues and this other business for myself as well. There's it like adds a level of security almost. And then you
It
go into
does.
the job and you're more confident and you actually enjoy it a little more because you're choosing to be there now. And then
Yeah, and piggybacking off of that, if and like I have a lot of job security where I am. Maybe people read my bio. I'm in local government, so I work for the city here. And there's some job security in that, which I'm really fortunate to have. But I don't think a lot of people understand that just as quick as you can go and get a job, the job can be taken away.
right.
And you don't have any control over it. And you don't have control over how much you make. You can negotiate that when you go into your job. You don't have control over how much you make. And with a business, you do have that control. So, I think it's more along the lines of just preparing for the future, because if anything were to happen, you do have a security in your back pocket in case
Mhm.
you were to lose that job. And that's kind of one of my biggest motivations when looking for something to build for myself, for my family, was just that security and the option that I don't have to spend the next 35 years working
Right.
for someone else if I didn't want to.
Right.
And that's my biggest message that I share with my audience. I think is that, jobs aren't bad. Just there are other options, and there is a way for you to create security.
Mhm. Yeah, and there's something so empowering knowing I have a choice. I have a choice. It's
Mhm.
so it just is better when you wake up in the morning when you know I'm choosing to go to this job and this is why, because I've created an environment for me and my family where I have choices with multiple streams of income. I don't have that stress of what's going to happen if I get fired tomorrow.
Mhm.
I can choose like, oh, I'll be okay. So I can go in a little more relaxed. Right? It's just
Definitely.
is a beautiful thing, really, is to just know that you have choices and you're creating choices for yourself.
Mhm.
And that's what being an entrepreneur is you get to start creating choices for yourself.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, and, with choices, it's it was beneficial for me to find something that could allow me to work we always say anytime, anywhere. But
It's
you
so
know,
I will argue the passive piece. I know a lot of people go, oh, it's passive income. It's not really passive. You still need to do
no.
work every day. I want to be really upfront. You got to do something in your business to keep it moving forward every day. There is an
Mhm,
action, email to make, there's a piece of content to make, something to post, go comment, learn something more to apply to your business. There's always an action to take. Um,
mhm,
Once again, you get to choose when you do it. You get to choose if you want to do it at midnight at 4 a.m. in your PJs. You get to
mhm,
choose if you want to do it on a beach in Hawaii. You get to choose it if you want to do it from your car during a lunch break of your other job. You get that choice, and that's what's empowering.
mhm. Yeah, and you can do it all from your pajamas with a cup of coffee. And yeah, I'm just a regular mom. I mean, like I'm in my sweatshirt. I
Right?
put a little bit of makeup on for this, but normally, working from home, if I don't have any meetings, I'm in my PJs. And I think that's a lot like in our business, it's not fancy. And I know we're making content for social media to show people what's possible. And I think I struggled with that a little bit at the beginning because I always thought it had to look perfect. And that's just not the truth because I'm just a mom. I've got a 16-month-old girl and I work full time and I'm building this. So I don't always look perfect. I don't always look done up. I'm in my sweats most of the time. I love my sweatpants.
Right?
So, you really
Same
have to
girl,
showcase
same. I'm in them right now.
that. Yeah. You have to showcase that. And so then that way other people know too, like, oh, she just a mom. She works full time. She has kids. She does this whenever she can make it happen.
Yeah, totally. So let's lead right into that piece, the content piece, how you show up online. Um, how did you start when you first launched? What were you doing? What was the plan? Obviously, you shared a little bit that you wanted to show up and be perfect. It was kind of like this image that you thought you needed to portray. What was the plan that you first started with, and why did it not work?
Um, I think some of it stemmed from just being such a newbie and not posting a lot of. I mean, I've been on social media, I guess, probably as long as everybody else has. Since Instagram came out, whenever that was. And, you just post photos and stuff for your family. And so this was completely new for me because I'd never created content before. I've never, had to talk on camera.
Mhm.
Um, and so I thought that there was this image that you needed to have. You need to look good. There can't be any flaws. Your house needs to be, your house needs to look perfect. It needs to look staged. And so a lot of the content that I posted at the beginning was me just trying to make it all look perfect. And
So were you cleaning your house for 2 hours before you made a 30-second video?
well,
Let's really get down to what.
yeah, I was filming on the weekends. I was filming on the weekends and I was like giving my child to my husband. I'm like, here, take the child. I gotta make everything look perfect and then I gotta film and make content. And because I try to batch a lot of my content week to week because I'm so busy during the week. So, I pick one day and I film everything that I need to film. But yeah, I try to make it all look perfect. And I also tried to just look like everybody else, whatever somebody else was doing. And I think that, that's hard too at the beginning when you're a beginner. You're trying to just recreate what other people are doing because you don't really have that experience yet to create original stuff. So that's one thing that I really urge beginners to do. As hard as it might seem, just create your own stuff. Be original because I made the mistake of copying and pasting for months, like months. So I got going posting on social media back in September. So I found out about Legendary actually through my sister. She said, "Look how great this course is, and we need to take this course and we need to promote it because of how great it is." So I went through it with her, and just started posting what everybody else was posting. And I did that from September to December with little to no growth, no results. And I just thought, okay, I just need to keep going. Well, no, what I was doing was not clearly working. It wasn't original. It wasn't me. It was a lot of clickbaity content. And I think, Legendary talks about it too. It's like, we're not here to promote other side hustles. And I was posting a lot of that. That was all I was posting, because I thought that that's how you grew. And so I wasn't following the right advice. And so back in January, I restarted, and I was posting more. So I wasn't posting any original content at that point either. I was just trying to perfect the clickbaity content. And then that led me into the last couple of months realizing, okay, yeah, this doesn't get anywhere. This isn't going anywhere. And it really was Legendary's compliance training and really diving into what's important, what's long-term, that really flipped me upside down and realized I'm my own person, and I have ideas, and I have something I think to share. So why am I not sharing that? So everything really kind of changed a couple months ago. And from there, it's been all about, what message can I share, and who am I, and what's going to relate to somebody. So my content has really changed over the past however many months. But I think that's why I shared with you guys, I closed the back door long ago. There was no option for quitting. I didn't see a back door, and I knew that this was going to work. So it was just a matter of pivoting and figuring that out.
Wow. Like, I'm almost speechless at this point, because what you shared is what so many need to hear within our community. You have to step forward into your own greatness. You have to step forward into believing you have something someone wants to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to pretend and show up by trying to be someone else, by copying someone else's content, but stepping into your own, that I am freaking worthy, and someone else wants to listen to me. Someone else out there will find value in me. Someone else out there wants to be my social media friend, because that's really all we're doing here, is making some new friends. They're all online to follow you. And it's not about just looking at someone else because it may have worked for them for a different reason.
Mm-hmm. That's the key, because you look at stuff, you're like, oh man, they have great content and they've really taken off with that. Well, it worked for them for a reason. Just like you're going to put stuff out there and there might be crickets. And I think that's the hard part, is that you're going to then be vulnerable and you're going to be yourself, and you're throwing that out there. And I think the scary thing is, like, we think that there's going to be some rejection from that.
Right.
So now you're being yourself, and you want to put yourself out there and share your message instead of just regurgitating somebody else's. And it's the fear of rejection, I think, that holds a lot of us back. So, but what you don't realize is that there are people watching, there are people relating, they are listening, and for whoever they are, that's who I'm showing up for.
I've never thought of it, but I'm just thinking of this right now because I have a middle schooler. I have an 8th grader. And kind of starting online with your own business a lot of times is like a whole bunch of middle schoolers. Because one girl wears a certain shirt, and then next thing you know, 10 of them are all wearing, they want to wear this. Oh, I gotta have the same shirt. I can't stand out. I can't look different.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's wearing. This is what everyone's doing, right? That's that middle school type of attitude. Like, I can't look different. I can't stand out because then someone may not like me. I need to blend in and look like I fit in and look like I match. But the problem with that mentality is now you're just stuck on a wall. You're just one of the wallflowers. You don't stand out, but you are building your own business. I need you to stand out. You need to know I am the leader of my own following and group, and they will follow me. And it's such an empowering position to know it's time to not be one of the 20 people at school wearing the same freaking outfit or doing the same exact content online, right? And it's not 20, it's like, I don't want to make the same video that 2,000 other people have just made online because they think that's what you have to do. You're going to get lost in the sea and you won't stand out. But if you look inside and remember, going back to that self-worth, you have a message, and the awesome, weird, crazy, amazing person that you are gets to show up online. And I love that you found that. I love that you see that. And what an amazing example to your 16-month-old, right? Is that what she is? 16 months?
Mm-hmm.
That as you're stepping into this new kind of season of your own power, what she's going to see from her mom through this too, which is pretty darn cool.
Yeah, I think it's helped me build my self-confidence a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm confident in maybe my work or, you know, a specific subject, but when it comes to me and who I am, I feel like I've always kind of struggled with wanting to come out and shine in like my own light. And that's one of the weird benefits, I think, of building a business, but building a business like this. It's a self-reflection, and it's really an opportunity for you to figure out who you are. Having a kid does that, and then building a business can do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this was, and this, you know, this is a crazy time. I've had a lot going on. You know, we had my daughter back. She's a January 1st baby, so that was at the beginning of 2023. And then I saw this and an opportunity for me to build a business online at the end of the year. And then we bought a house and we moved. So there's never a perfect time. So through all of that, through all the craziness, having a child, building a business, buying a house, moving, you learn a lot about yourself. And I feel like the more crazy your life is, the better. Because you start to prioritize and you start to, I don't know, for me, I shine. It's stressful, but you shine because you start to realize what's important and you prioritize what you need to get done, and you become a machine almost, and you really start to surprise yourself what you're capable.
I think it just makes life more fun. I mean, there can't be a lot of self-fulfillment if you're living that, you know, you're at a job all day, you come home so exhausted, and all you do then is spend 3-4 hours with Netflix or just watching TV, sitting in a chair, tired, and wondering what the heck is this your next 30 years? When it just makes small shifts. It doesn't need to be a lot. And I think that's what's scary is, I gotta change. And there's a lot of self-reflection. I think it's bigger than the skills itself, is having to look in the mirror and really identify your own kind of self-esteem, your own self-confidence, that level. There are moments, even to this today, I still am like, oh, I get a little nervous. I'm going to be on camera. Am I going to look too old? Do I look too tired? There's always those questions. A long time ago, and I have this mirror right here, which is kind of funny. I was going through like a whole rant one day to my husband, and it was like a woe is me rant. I can't do this. I don't look right. I'm not smart. I'm not blah. I was being like a full bully to myself. And he like dug around in my daughter's stickers and he came back and he put it right on the mirror, and it's right here, and it says, "You are beautiful, you are awesome." And I look at it every freaking day. He's like, if you are ever sitting at your computer and you have any moment of doubt, you look at that mirror and you look at that sticker. And this was like 8 years ago, and I still have it sitting there.
Oh my gosh.
But it's always a journey of, God, I need to remember I can do this all the time. And I think all of us, there's never going to be that perfect moment where I have all the self-confidence, I have all the self-esteem I need, and you can't wait for it to come to take action either.
Yeah. Yeah. What a supportive husband. What a keeper.
He lets me just do my thing. He stays on the outside. He lets me fail. He lets me go through challenges. He lets me try new things. He lets me figure it out. And he just like, all right, let's go. You got it.
That's my husband too. He's a cheerleader. One of the reasons why I married him. And he was the one who was really like, I shut the back door and he locked it. And because there were so many times I was like, who am I doing this for? Like, I don't have, who's watching? Who's watching me?
I have zero views.
like, who would I be letting down at this point? No one's really watching me. But he was like, Rachel, what are you risking? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, what's the risk here? Are you pouring hundreds of thousands of dollars into this? I'm like, no. He's like, you're making a couple of videos a day? Yeah. He's like, so post those 2 videos a day. He's like, what's the risk? He's like, you just keep going, just keep figuring it out. And he's always the first to like my videos. And so it's great. And he gives me great feedback too. Like, like, oh, wow, that sounded really great. Oh, you really spoke up in that video. You had a lot of gumption. So anyways, yeah, husbands are great. Partners are great. They can be your cheerleader.
Yeah.
Good support system, because there's quite a few times I was about to turn in the towel, and you just go back to your why, and you remember, this is what my future is. This is what I'm doing to get ahead. This is my security blanket. And it's up to me to figure it out. So go figure it out. And what are you risking?
Right. I love that. What is the risk?
I mean, that's why digital marketing, affiliate marketing, it's such an amazing business model. Because you don't hold products, you're not shipping, you're not pouring hundreds of thousands of dollars into a brick and mortar business. Businesses pour people pour hundreds of thousands of dollars into their businesses. For what? Most don't make a profit in 5 years. Most quit the first year. So just imagine a business model where you didn't have to pour hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can spend a couple hours on it every day, where you're not going into somewhere to do that either. You can do it from home, from your device that you're already using. That's why when I saw the education that Legendary teaches, and the Core 4, and how applicable it is to even the newest newbie, even to a beginner, I was like, this is my vehicle, because I've done other things. I've done network marketing, because I always knew that I was going to have something else. I wasn't going to be in a job for the next 35 years. I always knew I was going to have something else. And so it was when I saw this, I was like, that's it. My sister showed me, she's like, look how amazing this is. And I was like, yep, that's what I'm doing. That's my vehicle. Here we go.
Such a low point of entry. Yes. And that's what I just sometimes want to shake people. Like, this is the easiest way, the quickest way, the least amount of risk way to start something yourself, to really empower yourself to go, I'm going to learn some new skills. Because one, that builds confidence right there. When you are building a new knowledge base, a new skill set for yourself. I mean, when's the last time all of us really sat down and went, I'm going to go get a new hobby. I'm going to go learn something new and I'm going to get good at it. But now you're going to freaking monetize that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. Instead of just pouring money into something on the outside of your job, you're actually doing something that makes you stronger, makes you smarter, makes you more confident, makes you more self-aware, and you're monetizing it. Heck yeah, all day long. All freaking day long.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. And you know, it's funny. And you know, I want to preface too, you know, this mindset has come over years for me, because back when my husband and I first met, and that's when we were trying to get into network marketing. Which I don't dog. I think, you know, there's some good business models out there, and it's done some incredible things for people. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't the work that we were willing to do. So at the end of the day, you know, we had to really have a conversation and you know, just say to ourselves, you know, is this really the direction we want to go in? Is this the work that we want to do? Is this the work that we're willing to do? But through it, I mean, we were reading every business book, every self-help book out there. So, you know, I was reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and this was like 5 or 6 years ago. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read Who Moved My Cheese. By the way, for anybody listening, if you feel stuck, just go read Who Moved My Cheese. That is a phenomenal
cheese. Okay.
You haven't read it?
I have not. I've never heard of it.
Okay. It's on the list.
Put
it on the list. It's cute. It's very short. I think you could probably read it in like a matter of an hour or two. But you know, I've done a lot of that work. I've done a lot of the mindset work, and which is very important for anybody building a business like this. You need to have the support. You need to maybe read 15 minutes every day out of a book that, you know, might change your perspective. Gosh, Simon Sinek, Start With Why. That's another great one. It applies to everything. So a lot of that work I've already done. And so that's why, you know, I was just looking for the right vehicle, like I was saying before, and just whatever. And I, you know, my handle Grow with Rachael, you know, really stem from just the fact that I feel like I'm a growth mindset, you know, type of a person. And I think growing mentally, spiritually, financially, if you're not living life that way, you know, who are you really? And so that's kind of like my biggest mantra. And so that's why,
right? We don't ever reach like a destination, a final point.
No, there's no destination.
Right? Yeah. But we get that focus, and I love your handle. I have it up on the screen, and I love that. Oh man, all the content you can get from having that as your focus for your audience of people that are looking to I hate this word because it's straight out of AI, but on a journey, understanding I'm always evolving. A new element of me, and it allows you to show that you're evolving too, that you're not exactly the same person you were 3 months ago on your account, that you were 6 months ago on your account, that you are evolving, that you're going through growth. This is, you know, hop along on my journey with me as I do this, and you can too, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised I just didn't do that for the first few months, you know? Yeah. So, but that's what I want to be for, you know, I really, my target audience is burnt out parents, or, you know, burnt out 9-to-5ers, moms, that want to be able to do something from home to contribute financially. And that's who I really want to speak to. And I just can't believe that I haven't really been doing that for the past like however many months since I started, I guess September or October last year. Because I did have that, I've had that in the back of my mind. That's who I want to be. I want to help beginners. And the whole point is you just, what can you do every day? What is it, like 1% better every day? And at the end of the year, you're 365% better. So.
And I hope everybody caught this. She started focusing on her audience, not on the product, not even on the overall niche. She started focusing on her audience. Who does she want to reach? How does she want to help them? And how she can reach them, which is really, really cool. And that's where it all starts with, is creating content for your audience, because we got to collect our social media friends. We got to collect those followers. We got to bring them into our world. And if it feels like a door-to-door salesman, they just won't come. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to follow that. But if they feel like there's a real connection and that you're human and that you're there to help. And I know it's like, oh, you got to bring value. And it's not necessarily like, get past that, like look deeper than value. It's about connecting with people that you want to follow you on your account, that you want to help. And then how can you help them? You connect with them. And sometimes your content is, I want my ideal audience to relate to this, to smile, to laugh, to go, oh my gosh, I'm saving this. I can't wait to save this and share it with my best friend who's going through the same thing. Oh, Rachel understands me. And that's what creating content for your ideal audience is going after building connections more than trying to sell something. Even though that's the result.
If anything, I'm just trying to sell like the idea of like who I am, because that's going to relate. That's going to relate to a lot of other people. I just know it. There's lots of moms out there. There's lots of working moms. And that's who I'm trying to reach too, especially the working moms. It's been a huge eye opener the past year, going to work, and, my daughter's in daycare right now, and I do get the benefit of working from home a few days a week, but she still needs to go to daycare because I'm on my computer, I'm taking meetings, I'm writing reports. You can't have a 16-month-old running around. But yeah, that's who I want to speak to as well. But, and nothing wrong with daycare and childcare, because, bless those people. They are the sweetest, most giving, kind-hearted people taking care of children. So I don't, there's nothing wrong with it, but I woke up and realized, is she going to be taken care of by somebody else, for the rest of her 18 years, or can I do that? And, nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to do it. My vision was, when I became a mom, that I wanted to take care of my kids, because my mom did. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, fortunately, and there was 3 of us, and that's what I grew up with and what I know. She was always there when we got home from school, and that's what I want to be for my daughter. So that's part of it too. So the reason why I get up every day and do this.
Yeah, but it's your deeper why. So as cheesy as it sounds, but it's the real reason, and you want to help others that are going through the same thing. They're looking for some form of change. It may not be right away. You're not saying you're going to change your whole life and be home in a month, but maybe I'm going to get those last 6 years.
Yeah.
Last 10 years. Maybe I'm going to do this and really work my booty off for the next year, and let's see where I'm at. Let's see how I feel about it. And maybe I now have opened up more choices. We're going back to those choices.
It's the choices. I think that's, what people need to realize is that there's no good or bad. It's just, do you have the choice? And people are like, oh, money is the root of all evil. Money gives you choices. So at the end of the day, if you don't have it, then you don't have a lot of choices. So,
and there are definitely a lot of people, we see it all the time on the news, celebrities and whatnot, who don't have a money issue, but are very unhappy with their life.
yeah.
So money doesn't bring you the happiness we're all looking for, but it does give you choices to maybe go to therapy, change your friend group, do what you need to adjust your schedule, reprioritize you. That's really what starting a business online can do for you, because it is such a low barrier. There isn't that risk we were talking about of I need 200 grand up front and I don't know when I'm going to make it back to start a brick and mortar, but I can go spend $5 on a 5-day course and see how I feel about it and actually get a piece of content out after the 5 days.
Yeah.
Start.
I'm going through the 5-day course right now. It's phenomenal. Just amazing. 5 days is perfect.
It's nice. And they're
5 days is the perfect amount of time.
These quick little fluffy 5-minute lessons. I mean, they're solid days of time and energy and education, but man, you can by day 2 have a video posted by the end of day 2.
Yeah.
You can have a video posted by the end of day 2 of our challenge.
Yeah.
It's really set up for you to learn, launch, and step into leading. And those are all 3 things everybody here needs in different stages at different moments. And it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I think the taking action, like, especially, if the course is, I haven't gotten to day 2 yet. I think I just did the learn, the day 1, the learn.
Yeah.
And as long as you just get going and just post that first video, post for a week, just even if you can just get one video out every day, you're going to be so much further along after the, end of the first week. You're going to have so many things figured out. Like I had no idea how to make a reel. And it wasn't until that first week of posting, of making reels, I was like, oh, okay, that's not that bad. We can do this. Now we can make better videos. But you were saying something before though too, that got me thinking. There was, so there's a good and a bad to why the barrier to entry for something like this, being an affiliate for different companies, why so many people have a hard time getting going with it. And unfortunately, I mean, so it's good and bad, but unfortunately, like when you don't have a lot of money in the game, it is harder to keep going, I think. So, those people that do invest a lot of money into their businesses, they do have a little more fire under their butt. That's for sure. To make it work.
I believe in some skin in the game, for sure.
Yeah, you do need a little skin. I think that's really important. So yeah, it is good and bad. It's good because anybody could do it. You don't need to have finances in order and, to go start your online business by promoting other people's products. But at the end of the day, and this is probably why, there's been a few times where I'm like, oh, I'm just going to turn in the towel. Who cares? I haven't really put a lot, it's not like I put a lot of money into this or whatever. Because you don't have that, that burn from putting a bunch of money into it. So it's good and bad.
Yeah.
So that's where your determination and your motivation comes from.
Right. There is some okay, I went and invested in this a little bit. I went and invested in my education and my schooling. So I need to follow through. I need to do something with it. And then I believe in that. I believe there is some motivation of action, especially if you have a hard time, if you've given up before in the past on yourself. If you need that little push, that little extra skin in the game, so to speak, to take action. Yeah, I get that. I get that for sure. Which is huge. But after the challenge, there's a variety of options. People can decide, is this for me? Do I need more education? Is this good enough? Can I get launched and start here? Day 3 of the challenge is 2 hours of content creation, and you pretty much have like a 30-day plus plan by the time you're done with day 3 of our challenge, which is pretty cool.
That's amazing.
It's wild what we have put in this challenge. It's absolutely
Man,
wild.
what a great time. What a great time to stumble upon Legendary and get going, because that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like you have to get launched in the most imperfect, yucky, ugly way and be like, doing it. I'm doing it. Let's go. Right?
The thing is, no one's watching at first, which is a good thing. Not no one, but you don't have a huge audience. I think that's really important for beginners to understand too. You know, you're gonna post for a while, and it's great dress rehearsal. You know, just practice posting to your story. Just talk to your, get on your camera. I'm going like this. Get on your camera and talk into your camera, to your story. You just say, hi, everyone, just get out there, share a little tidbit of information about, yourself and, what got you motivated today, and, or whatever it is. And just practice, because you might not have anybody watching your story at that point, which is great. Maybe a couple of people. It's great. It's great dress rehearsal. So you just get going and you just start posting.
You're putting it into practice.
Yeah.
We just can't learn how to be a better basketball player unless we go out on the court.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be better content creators unless we start creating content. There's no way around it. We're not going to become better business owners and make better decisions and be able to scale and learn everything that's involved unless we're actually doing it. Doesn't matter how many books you read, doesn't matter how many people you follow online that are doing it. That ain't going to get you going. I promise you. If you keep following other creators, it's going to keep you stuck, because you're going to be
watching. The watching and the reading, that's not taking action. It's working on yourself. That's great to do, with everything else that you're doing, but you have to put it into practice.
Yeah, you do. You have to put it into practice. It's just, and then that's where we get back into the mindset of remembering you're amazing, you're awesome, and you can do it, and you're worthy of putting it into practice.
Mm-hmm.
You're worthy of starting. You're worthy of going after it, which is pretty cool. I love it. This was such a great conversation, Rachel. I loved having you on. Dave needs to meet you. He would love to meet you. So you have to come back for sure.
Okay. No, I definitely will. No, I was really excited to meet you, Joanne.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for being so authentic, real, all the things with us today. And we will definitely have to have you back for sure.
Awesome. I appreciate it. And shout out to any of my family watching. I gave them the link.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
So
a supportive family is always good. Yeah. So thank you for coming on. We'll have you back soon.
Of course.
All right, everyone, please go follow Rachael on Instagram at growwith_Rachael. And Rachael is spelled Rachael. So at growwith_Rachael, Rachael. And I got one more for you. You can find her here on Facebook. Just go search Grow with Rachael, and remember the spelling of Rachael as well, Rachael. And I have one assignment for everyone that is watching this. If you made it to the end, we are finally on Instagram, believe it or not. Someone else owned the handle Legendary Marketer, and we were able to get a hold of it. And so we are now on Instagram at Legendary Marketer. We posted our first 2 videos yesterday. I will post a clip of Rachel's interview today and tag her on it so you guys can easily find her as well. So head over to Instagram at Legendary Marketer. Nothing else. Don't follow the fake official that says official in it. It's just at Legendary Marketer. We only follow one person, and that is David Sharpe. Okay, so go find us on Instagram, give us a follow, go check out the videos and stories that we started posting there. We are going to have a ton of fun on our Instagram page and really bring in our students and our community into that page as well. So go give us a follow there. And as always, we are back tomorrow with another awesome guest. Today's was worth a rewatch for anyone that's brand new. Please check out Rachael. Go check out her stuff. Her journey is really something that I think a lot of you have been through or are going through right now, can relate to and get some assistance on. Thank you, Lori. Yes. I'm going to put your comment up on the screen. IG at Legendary Marketer. Go give us a follow. Check out the page. Comment. Give us some love. And we'll give it back to you. All right. As always, everyone, stay legendary. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.